Hi, it's Nørgaard. So I'm doing this makeup look today, and this is a makeup tutorial for homecoming. So I'm just going to come in close so you can see it. And everything I use today for this makeup tutorial is Drugstore, except for my eyelash color. I explained that in the video. And my whole inspiration behind this makeup look is this eyeshadow palette that I got from BornPrettyStore. I got this sent for free to review and I am in love with it. So this is what it looks like. You can see it has some really beautiful kind of neutral and brown toned shadows. And I love these eyeshadows. They are so pigmented and really beautiful. So don't forget to watch this video in high definition. And if you're going to homecoming soon, I hope you have a great homecoming. And yeah, let's just get on with the tutorial. So I'm going to start out by getting my bangs out of my face with this fancy hair clip. Okay, so for an event like homecoming, you definitely want to use a primer because you want your makeup to stay on and stay flawless, and this will just help with that, and in that way you won't have to, you know, really worry about your makeup. So I'm using Essence All About Matte Oil Control Makeup Base. And this primer is a mattifying primer, so it's great if you have oily skin like me. And for all my dry skin peeps, e.l.f. has a mineral primer, and it's really silicone based, and it's kind of good for all skin types, but it will also suit a drier skin type. So if you're dry skin, don't worry, try e.l.f.'s Studio Face Primer. You can see I have some acne scarring and yeah, a little scar around my lip, and I have some redness and all that. So I'm going to use some foundation, and this is e.l.f.'s Studio High Definition Mattifying Cream Foundation, and I'm using the lightest color, which is Porcelain. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. Studio Stipple Brush, and it's a good idea to start applying your foundation while you have the most to cover. So for me, I always start on my cheeks because that's where I have my acne scars and that's what I want to cover. And in that way you get the most coverage on that area, and then you can just kind of fade the edges out. And I'm not going to go in with a heavy layer of foundation today. I just want to even out my skin tone. So now I'm going to take this foundation down my neck, and it's really important that you take your foundation down your neck so everything matches and everything just flows together. And I also like to take a little bit of foundation onto my ears, just so my ears also matches my face. Sometimes your ears can tend to be really red. So that's the foundation done, and you can already see that my skin looks a lot more even, but you can also see some of my acne scarring, especially over here, is peeking through. So I'm going to use some concealer to cover that up. I'm using this cover stick by Eucerin, and I'm actually not sure how much this cost, and I don't know if it's considered drugstore, but I really love this concealer. It's really nice and full coverage, and yeah, unfortunately it only comes in one shade and it's kind of a light color, so if you're really fair this won't match you, and if you're anything like above a medium, even a medium skin tone, this won't match you either. But if you kind of have a light skin, then this is good. And I will link some other options down in the down bar if you can't get your hands on this one, or if it doesn't fit your needs. But I'm just going to go in on all the places where I have something to cover. And the e.l.f. foundation actually comes with a sponge, so I'm just going to use this to blend out the concealer. So just lightly tap that concealer to blend it into the foundation. So now I'm going to use some under eye concealer, and this is the e.l.f. Studio Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter in the color Fair. So I'm going to use this part, which is the concealer. So this color is a little bit lighter than my foundation color, so it's really going to brighten up below my eyes. And I know it seems like a long process just for the face makeup, but it will really make your face look flawless. And now you want to set all of the makeup you have applied. So I'm going to start out with my BornPrettyStore powder, and I'm going to use two powder brushes with this powder. One is just a regular big fluffy powder brush, and the other one is a flat top powder brush. and this one will pack on the powder nicely. And this is great if you have oily skin like me, because it really sets the makeup and it just makes the powder last a lot longer. And this is great for just a lighter coverage of powder. I use this flat top powder brush on the main areas of my face, but I don't use it on my ears, I don't use it on my neck, and I don't use it underneath my eyes. So down my neck I just use the big fluffy powder brush, and I use the same on my ears. So underneath my eyes my concealer tends to crease, so I'm going to use a very lightweight powder, and that is e.l.f.'s high definition powder. And because it's such a small area, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Essentials blending eye brush. I'm just going to go in with the powder, and then I use my big fluffy powder brush to brush away any excess powder. Okay, so when the basic base is done, your face can tend to look a little bit flat and kind of without no shape. So I'm grabbing a contour powder. I'm using, as always, my e.l.f. Studio Contouring Blush and Bronzing Powder in the color St. Lucia. And I believe e.l.f. has 4 different shades of this bronzer. So there should be a bronzer for every skin type. And the 2 brushes I like to use for contour is my e.l.f. Angled Brush and my e.l.f. Studio Fan Brush. And this bigger brush is great for contouring the perimeter of your face and your cheekbones. And then the e.l.f. Studio Fan Brush is great for the nose because it's a lot smaller. So I just start up here around my forehead. And don't worry if it looks a little bit harsh at first, we are going to blend it out. And contouring your face is especially good if you're going to have your picture taken, because you know, things just look different on picture than it does in real life. So your face can tend to look a little bit off if you have all this makeup on and you don't contour. And then I go below my jawline. And then of course you want to contour your cheekbones. And then I go in and contour my nose, and I just do this by running the fan brush down each side of the nose, and then also right at the tip. So if you think your contour looks a little bit too harsh, just go back in with your fluffy powder brush and blend it out. So I'm going to leave the face for now and come back later and do my blush. I'm going to use my brow pencil from Rimmel in the color Hazel. And I'm just going to use this brow pencil along the ends of my brows. I'm not going to take it into the front of my brows because I don't want it to look too harsh. And then to fill in the inner parts of my brows, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Studio Small Angled Brush and my e.l.f. Studio Eyebrow Kit in the color Ash. And I'm going to just use the powder side of this eyebrow kit. And I'm starting from the middle and I'm lightly just going into the front of the brows. And then it's a great idea to apply a brow gel just to hold the brows in place so they don't move at all. So I'm going to use Catrice eyebrow gel, and if you don't have a brow gel, you can also just spray a brow comb with hairspray and then use that. It will work the same. So now I'm going to place down an eyelid primer. This one is e.l.f. Essentials Eyelid Primer, and I'm using the color in Champagne. And it's really important that you use an eyelid primer because it will just help your eyeshadows just be so much more vibrant and just last the entire time. And this e.l.f. eyelid primer is great, so I totally recommend this. So for eyeshadows, I'm going to use this baby that I got from BornPrettyStore. So this is what the colors look like. And it actually comes with a sponge tip applicator, and I'm actually going to use this. So first of all, I'm going to grab the shimmery white eyeshadow, and I'm going to apply this on the inner part of my eyelid. And I'm also going to bring that around my tear duct. And I'm also going to use this below my brow. Then I'm going to take the shimmery taupe eyeshadow, and I'm going to apply this to the rest of my eyelid. I use my finger just to lightly blend this out. Then I'm going to take a blending eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to take the dark brown bronzy color, and I'm just going to apply this in the crease. And again, you can always use your finger to blend out the eyeshadows. Then I'm going to take e.l.f. Studio Small Precision Brush, and it's just a really small stiff brush. And I'm going to take a mixture of the dark matte brown and the black, And I'm going to focus this in the outer corner, and then I'm slightly going to bring it into the crease, and then I go back in with my blendy brush and I just blend this in. So now I'm going to line my upper lash line with some liquid waterproof eyeliner from Essence. So that's one eye done, and now comes the hard part, which is getting both eyes even. So now I'm going to use the only thing in this video that isn't Drugstore, and that is my eyelash curler. It is by Shu Uemura and it is, I believe, $20. But honestly, if you're going to splurge on anything, it should be the eyelash curler, because this eyelash curler is the best. And I'm going to apply Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express Mascara and Waterproof. And Maybelline The Falsies is my personal favorite mascara ever. Look at the difference between mascara on the bottom lashes and no mascara on the bottom lashes. That's crazy. So now I'm going to take another sponge tip applicator. This one is by BornPrettyStore. And I'm going to take the gold color and I'm going to run this along my lower lash line. So this next step is optional, but I am going to apply some false lashes, and these are my current favorite false eyelashes. They are the Wispies by Adele, and as always I use my Adele lash grip in clear to apply these false lashes. So I just apply a thin layer of glue to the lash band, and then I just wait about 30 seconds for this to become tacky. And I always use tweezers to apply my false lashes with. I'm just going to go in with some black pencil eyeliner. This one is from Essence and it's in the color Black Blaze. And I'm just going to apply this onto my waterline. So I just went ahead and took my bangs down, and now I'm going to move on to the lips. So to line my lips and fill them in, I'm going to use this lip liner by Wet n Wild. And then on top of that, I'm going to use this e.l.f. Essentials lipstick in the color Fantasy. And then just to top everything off, I'm going to use this Baby Lips by Maybelline, and this is in the color Peach Kiss. But I'm going to start out with my Wet n Wild lip liner. So that's the lip pencil done, and you can see it's just a really natural nude color. Now I'm going to apply the lipstick, and I'm not going to apply a lot of this at all. I'm just going to dab it on like this. So now I'm going to apply the Baby Lips. Oops. So that's the nude lips done, and now all that's left to do is blush. So I'm going to use my 10 piece blush palette from BH Cosmetics. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. Studio blush brush. And I'm going to pick this kind of lilac pink color because it has a little bit of shimmer to it. And I'm not going to use any highlighter because the eyes are already pretty shimmery. So I just want a little bit of shimmer on my cheeks. And I'm just applying that from the apple of my cheek and blending backwards and upwards. And that's the completed look done. So I hope you guys like this makeup look, and if you are going to use this to your homecoming, or if you're going to use it anywhere else, I would love to see it. Please upload it to Instagram and hashtag me or add me so I can see it. I would love to see it. And in Denmark we don't celebrate homecoming, so I have never been to a homecoming before, and I'm probably never going to. But if you're going to homecoming soon, then I hope you have a great time. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. So take care. Bye bye.